Alright, Silent, you are probably my worst of all the characters. But we got so far with you last time. Let's see if we can go the complete distance. We're given options from Niao, but when are we not? Random rare. There are some misses on Silent, though. I don't particularly like Unload. But Wraith Form is good, Die is good. Nightmare is not particularly good at the start of the game. Actually, it feels more like a curse than anything else. A random common relic is really good. Choose a rare for 15. I don't like that damage. Boss swap I do not like on Silent unless we're fighting Slime Boss. But spoiler alert, we are fighting Slime Boss. It's just a general rule I have. If you fight Slime Boss with Silent, take the boss swap. Because it's very, very difficult on 3 energy to get a good cut on the Slime Boss. And then he just tenderizes you. I love late elites. I love late shopping. Yeah, I like this, but let's see what our random boss swap is. Ooh, it is the do not get upgrades ever. That means Apotheosis is an absolute SS plus tier card for us to get. And going to shops with over 200 gold is, well, more like 220 or so gold. Is a fantastic way to go fishing for results. So I want to go here with loads of money. Let's do this then, shall we? 5 fights. Not an upgrade though, this is a rest. These are always rests. I suppose it makes it extra fine to take damage though, but yeah, so let's try and get Apotheosis here. There is always a rare colorless card in the shop. It's worth keeping in mind. Of course, that might mean that you get, was it Thinking Ahead? Ugh. Or the Bomb. But Apotheosis is just so good. It'll solve all the problems this Fusion Hammer brings with it. With your luck, the last 3 relics, it'll be an Omelette. I believe in you. Ooh, Omelette would be great. Then we would not need Apotheosis. I see Jawworm is doing what it does, which is bully our Silent. Incoming 12. We can do what we can, but it's not enough. Stop doing that. Not that it matters too much with all this energy. We can generally play most of our hand every single turn. If we want to. The Silent can have a murderously bad time with Jawworm. Sometimes your rolls are just so awful that you just take tons of unavoidable damage. And of course, unlike... what the hell? Unlike the... Ironclad, you don't get the healing at the end of your... Oh. Sorry, losing my train of thought, but we're getting mulched here by Jawworm. Unlike the Ironclad, you don't get your healing at the end of each combat, and unlike the Defect, you don't have the orbs battering the Jawworm for you without costing you anything. So yeah, I'd say Jawworm versus Silent, that's not a floor 1, act 1 encounter, that's a floor 20 super boss encounter. None of these are attack cards, which is terrifying because Silent, more than all other characters put together, needs attacks from the get-go. Her starting deck is very inflated and extremely low on damage, and of course the only way to win is to kill your enemies. Piercing Wail overall is a pretty good card. Escape Plan is kind of a nothing card. It works well with some things, but also detracts from others. But Piercing Wail is a card you're almost always happy to see. If nothing else, it's a block 6. Or Strip Artifact. What did I do to deserve an opening hand like this? Kill it, kill it, kill it, block it. Keep on killing it. Keep that. Yeah, Gremlin Ob would absolutely end my little Silent here. You usually think about the 3 strikes to kill area, but at this point, we have the energy to play 4 strikes. Even so, let's do a little jig like this. Thank heavens we did that. I didn't want to take that 21, that's for sure. Max roll on the gold, a skill potion, which is chaotic on the Silent, and once again, not really an attack card here. Cloak and Dagger does do a staggering 4 damage, which means it's same energy but even less damage than a strike. Dodge and Roll is back to continue being terrible. Tactician... Well, we have nothing that works with that. There's no guarantee we ever will. So do I take Cloak and Dagger out of sheer desperation, or do I say that all of these cards are beneath me? They pretty much are all beneath me. It's funny, if Cloak and Dagger were Iron Wave, which is 5 block, 5 damage, I'd be more inclined to go for it, just because the amount of damage is proportionately more, but this is looking very, very sad. Oh well, still 10 output, I'll take it, but I won't be happy about it. Buff back one, please. No, you do not want to buff, but I don't want to deal with your nonsense, so what do you think about that? Probably not much. 16 health on both? Yeah, max roll on both of their hit points. Life can be ugly. Do the lesser damage on you. Actually, they're both dead anyway, so don't overthink it. Even more max money, and a half-decent potion. This is looking good. Dash. Dash is looking great on 4 energy. 10 block, 10 damage. Keep in mind that I can never upgrade these cards, so they do feel extra bad picking up, but needs must. You don't take accuracy unless you have shivs. I said shivs plural, so take dash. Do not go shopping until we have enough money for Apotheosis. It is too high a priority to waste our money on anything else. Getting rid of Ascender's Bane like that, which I'm not thrilled about, but me being thrilled was never really an option. The Fungi Beast is going to get stronger, so I don't particularly mind focusing it. Well, I do a little bit. There we go. I should have enough energy to block this even while I'm vulnerable. Oh, hell yes. Oh, life is good. Zanzi didn't give him the bad hands. That was Jake's luck. The luck skill is still giving out... Well, that's a bit... Oh, this is a problem. For other people, nice one. Thank goodness we got the fusion hammer to splat them with even more very high gold. See, this is my luck coming in. Nightmare, as I said, not a good early rare card for Silent. Unfortunately, whenever you're offered a rare card, you significantly reduce your chances of getting future rare cards. So it's been reset down to 0%, that's grim. Nauseous Fumes, Master Stab. We're not really doing any poison things yet. And Slime Boss counters poison pretty hard, so I'm going to take that Master Stab. Again, I won't be particularly pleased with it. More of these rat bastards to bring me down. At least we can just play our full hand. I should have thought about what I get next turn, but with Dash and Piercing Will around here, this Fungi Beast should be of no concern. Ah, well, we get exactly that. Beautiful. Wait, what? Nah, we're fine. We were never not fine. I could have just killed you, actually. I misplayed that. Doesn't matter, though. It's not a misplay. Oh, wow, 19 gold again. Well, now, here's a difficult choice. So Blade Dance is a beautiful, beautiful card. 12 damage output, 1 energy. Plays into exhaust synergies, card spam synergies, if you get kunai, or an ornamental fan, or a shuriken. It's just a beautiful card to have. But Well-Laid Plans is also phenomenal. Given that we're about to face down an elite and we don't have much damage currently, we are going to, well... I still want that Blade Dance. And remember, we can't upgrade. We can rest. We don't quite get the full amount out of that rest, but with a Fusion Hammer, we're almost certainly going to come into a rest site at some point and have nothing better to do, so let's rest up. We can worry about our need for... Oh, Christ, it's Knob. And Blade Dance not appearing on turn 1 is also pretty bad because it's a skill and it makes him swole. At least Cloak and Dagger is here. But this is bad. I don't want to see that card again, so exhaust it now. Yeah, if there is an encounter... See, Sonic just has such a bad time in Act 1. Jawworm is nasty to her. The sentries are nasty to her. This guy is extremely nasty to her. Slime Boss crushes her to death. She's just, by far, in my eyes, the weakest on Act 1. And look at this, I can't bleeding do anything. Well, this is quite nasty. I can full block. I might full block with this just to not cheese him off some. But then next turn's going to be nasty. Well, Neutralize should be there to save my bacon. Horrible. We're almost certainly going to be taking his big nasty attack recht nu. We have to ask ourselves, is this worth playing? And the answer is yep. That damage needs to be done. Hello. Ow. Where was Neutralize this whole time? Are you going to die here? 12 and 12 is thank Crivens for that. Monstrously bad encounter, but it's behind us now. And we're rewarded with the Ninja Scroll. That is actually quite a reward. Since we do not have Ring of the Snake on us, and we cannot ever see Ring of the Serpent for that matter, since we've gotten rid of the snake, it means that taking this no longer locks us out of the benefit of taking Bag of Preparation. The problem with Ninja Scroll, and why I sometimes turn it down, is that you can only have 10 cards in your hand. You'll get 5 normally, and if you have Silent Starting Relic, the Ring of the Snake, you have 7 on turn 1. If you take this, you go up to 10, which sounds good, but Bag of Preparation is no longer going to be useful, because the cards that appear from this happen before Bag of Preparation's draw. Anyway, I'm still taking it. This super sucks. Yeah, none of these, please. Ooh, terrible, terrible card rewards. Do I upgrade to random right now? Reasonable chance of hitting something that's not bad, and I am starved on card upgrades, but I did just get utterly mulched by Knob, and there's another elite coming my way. What does that mean? It means we leave. Strawberry. Now that is nice. Apotheosis at an affordable price, please. Apotheosis at an affordable price, please. But there's one big however here, and I'm sure you can see it with your eyes. We are offered the membership card. And it's our first chance of spending money. That means that membership card could be worth upwards of 500 dosh to us. It's a very, very good relic at a near perfect time. Even so, we still take Apotheosis. Because that card is great output along the run, but Apotheosis likely gives us the rest of the run to enjoy. I'm wondering about that backstab. I could do it with the front-loaded damage, but I don't think I can afford it with Apotheosis. No, we are very short on stuff here. Oh well. Bottled Lightning, where are you? Well, there's Laga. That gives us plenty of time to find our Apotheosis. However, it might be a rather unpleasant journey there. I might burn a couple of these shivs, actually. Because I don't want them taking up my my draw going forward. Hey, Apo. Thank you for helping me out here. Neutralize is on its way with 2 weeks, so waking you up right now is not the worst thing in the world. And I can wake you up rather handily. I gotta say, with Dash, both those defends and Neutralize plus coming, this is a good opportunity to wake you up. Not for tons of damage, but for making sure that the next 2 turns don't squish me like a bug. So wakey wakey, eggs and jakey. 113 on Lagavulin? What's with the high hit point? Wait, what? Oh, he's got a pretty narrow hit point pool there. Good job you swerved that early shot. Almost like I've been thinking ahead. I am that card, thinking ahead. Alright, beautiful, full blocking Laga. Can we do it again? Absolutely not. But Masterful Stab is here to get its bits in while it can. Is that skill potion worth a potential 7 hit points to me? If I had another potion, yes. But right now, no. Sans the thinking. The abuse I put up with around here. Alright. Siphon Soul is disproportionately hostile towards Shiv Lady, but because of Apotheosis, these strikes are still smashing that bottle of whiskey. We get Auric Calcium. If we end a turn with no block, get 6 block. And that synergizes very nicely with Plated Armor. End your turn with 10 block. Terror, Predator. Looks like we're doing a physical damage silent build here. That does speak to Terror, but my extra energy speaks to Predator, so I can draw with it. It's 20 chunky damage. Slime Boss negates Terror in a big way, but not a huge way. It's a difficult choice between these two. Sucker Punch, not bad either. More weakness application. Would be great if I had Paper Crane to go with it. But it's probably going to be Predator or Terror here. I'm just very hard-pressed to decide which one. I like that extra draw a lot, Predator. But man, Terror is a whole lot of vulnerable. And I don't have any vulnerable application right now. I don't have a lot of damage output, actually. Got Blade Dance, Masterful Stab, and Dash. That might speak towards taking Predator. Get through the deck faster. On we go then. If I saw Terror again, I would probably take it. We're resting here, but we could rest here as well. I already have 2 potions. I feel quite fragile and I have extra hit points, so that seems like a good enough reason to do this. You still got that card I wanted from before. That's the bomb! The freaking bomb! Hey now, you need more gold. Love the freaking bomb. Trading the skill potion for a damage dealing potion to deal with Slime Boss is incredibly tempting. Fire Pot just to do that delicious 20 on the guy would be great, but with so much health, maybe I don't need that. Also, this is potentially Gremlin Ob again, which does also speak towards grabbing the fire potion. Yeah, that membership card. What a shame. What a damn shame. You know what, skill potion on silent is terrible. Let's chuck it away and replace it with a fire potion. I used to, just wrinkle up on the inside, cringing at the very thought of throwing away a potion to buy another different potion. But recognizing the utility of different potions at different parts of the game, I think, is a huge way towards actually making it through. Alright, thank our lucky stars it is not you-know-who, but it is still a problem. Would I rather have 1 extra Shiv, dealing 4 damage, or would I rather those Shivs were all upgraded to Shiv pluses? I have space for these, right? Yeah. Can I just kill you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6s are 36 and strike. So simply killing you saves me 2. However, it would probably be a better idea to kill one of the outer ones so that the next turn isn't dramatically terrible, which it could easily be. Strike, 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 neutralize, and I'm just eating that damage. Although I have Auricalcium. Auricalcium is good. 50% potion chance as well. You know what, Essence of Steel is not very good, and on this fight it's phenomenally good. In fact, let's just be invincible. There we go, we cannot be hurt in this fight. It is not possible. There we go. Passive 10 block, even if we do nothing. And I am an expert at doing nothing. Of course, that did cost me a potion, but my line of thinking is that that was a very weak potion, and it will surely be replaced by a better potion, Distilled Chaos. Oh, Strike Dummy. Strike's not being terrible on the Silent. Well, I must say, this run is taking a turn. So with Apotheosis going, these strikes are suddenly going to be doing 12 damage each. If only they were called Shiv Strikes. Oh, wow. Now, these are some options, and they're all good. Acrobatics, a terrific draw card. Leg Sweep, a terrific block card. Adrenaline, a terrific card. All upgrade to be so much better. Draw an extra card. Block more, more weaken, more energy. Ugh. Where's that take all button when you need it? That should be a relic, like enables take all. Or it should be a boss swap. Whenever you're presented card rewards, you must either skip or take all. Tough one. Chat, can I perhaps outsource some thinking on this? Adrenaline is the most brain-dead pick right now. It is a great card. But all Adrenaline does is give me energy and draw for the cards that I already have, so I'd have to be confident that the cards I already have are good enough. Are they? Leg Sweep, do I need to improve my block game? I have Dash, I have Piercing Wail, I have Cloak and Dagger. Generally they'll be upgraded, so probably not. How's my draw game? A bit better, but Predator. I'm gonna have to go with Adrenaline. Just get that. It's going to be really good for turbocharging a big smackdown on Slime Boss. I could rest, but I'm going to take the Ruby Key. Pretty confident on 59 with these potions going into Slimbo. Take him down. Now, I want that Apotheosis, and I want it yesterday. I get a free turn next turn, so Predator to get closer to it seems like the right play here. Predator. I could Adrenaline and hope that I get it, but I think I want to... I think I want to hold on to that Adrenaline for later, especially since I can use all my energy right now. Pretty good start against Slime Boss. Right, get riddled with slime. We weren't going to be getting Apotheosis anyway, but Apotheosis is now suddenly looking like a bit of a problematic individual. Let's be in a position to split you if the going is good for it. I shouldn't play these, because that would make you split. Splitting is bad. However, damage going forward doesn't look too good. At best, I can Apotheosis Dash, although we have Fire Potion and Distilled if need arises. Yeah, we get a free turn for it anyway, so let's pass for now. I'm not using this because that would split. If he goes to 75 health or below, he splits and causes me a lot of problems. No Twitch overlay this time, or am I doing something wrong? I think on my laptop I don't have the stuff installed for the Twitch overlay. Because I'm pretty sure I always keep it enabled. Oh, this is mad, bad, and ugly. Am I just taking that damage? It's not the world's worst if I just take the damage here, but... Because what do I have quite a lot of block going here. Why don't we just tank it? Apotheosis is such a heavy card that it rests right at the bottom of the deck. Alternatively, I could Distilled Chaos. But the damage output isn't there. On the other hand, Distilled Chaos is a bit of a crap card, so... a bit of a crap potion. Live with the crap. Apotheosis was the final one, of course. Oh well. Fire Potion now? I don't think so. With Apotheosis down, this fight should be in my complete control. Although sometimes you get discount Slime Crush the moment you do split, and then you're looking at this feeling very silly. Oh well. Please don't do what you're planning on doing. Dealing with a lot of nasty things here. Alright. Continue to not do what you're thinking about doing. Thank you, Orichalcum. It was almost a perfect fight. Although now I'm feeling a bit frail, and that did make Master Stab worse, of course. Well, life can be ugly. What was I doing? That was the same as Orichalcum. I should have struck. I need to remember I have Orichalcum. Not always easy to do, of course. Hey, Adrenaline is back. And we know what it draws. It draws 2 defends. Do I really care about that, actually? No, not at all. That's funny. One way of looking at it is that I don't want those defends next turn. I want to kill these things. But maybe we'll see Adrenaline next turn. Is it possible to get an upgraded start relic if you switch to another at start? No, you do not get your upgraded version from Niao's blessing. Ugh, so much for defense, huh? Let's have you in better Splitsville and continue to take no poiv damage. Should have played the slime there instead of the extra defend. Get ahead of myself here. Hey, there's Adrenaline coming at a better time. Much, much better. I want you to have a really, really lovely split. In fact, if you could just die, that's even better. And we're out of this fight. As slime boss fights go, that was one of them. We are very heavily leaning on this card, though, Apotheosis. In a sense, the fact that we can never upgrade Apotheosis isn't too bad because we have the Fusion Hammer, so we're already on 4 energy. Chances are we're about to enter 5 energy. Burst! Burst Apotheosis, upgrade everything twice. There is only one situation in which that could ever be useful that I can think of. And that would be if we got Prismatic Shard and we had somehow gotten our hands on Searing Blow. Now, I suppose if we had Dead Branch, we could make something with Dead Branch in the first Apotheosis and upgrade it with the second. Anyway, it's hard to see the utility of Burst. It's hard not to see the utility of Glass Knife, though. Good card. Tools of the Trade when my draw game is a little bit blah is tempting as well. Upgrades to be free. I'm going to go Tools of the Trade, actually. That said, do I need the damage output of Glass Knife right now? It's a really good card. If only it was called Glass Knife Strike, then Strike Dummy would do its thing. Basically, it's a must-have. Burst Pharmacy. Burst is very good, but currently I don't have the cards to go with it, so it's hard to justify right now. But my draw game is pathetic, so I'm going to take Tools of the Trade. Ooh. I don't feel like an elite slaying silent right now. That Black Star is tempting, though. After all, we would get much stronger, much faster if we went around slaughtering elites. Philosopher's Stone is a way to really regret fighting the birds and the heart. Slaver's Collar would make aforementioned elite fights a whole lot easier. Deck feels very slow, though, and Act 2 elites are not elites you can afford to be slow around. More energy doesn't seem like something I can make particularly good use of anyway. We're struggling on draw here. I need acrobatics pretty badly. And of course I've turned it down twice now. Gonna go Black Star though. Let's try and ramp up our strength. Surely Strike Dummy is there to make it all work out for us. Front-loaded shops. We have not done the Spicy Elite yet, and the Elite is sitting there taunting me. I love Act 2 events. Don't love unutilized rest sites. We've already done Recall. Late elites are the best elites, so how about this? That's no shopping at all, but maybe we are okay with that. It's the Hysterical Guardian. It's always nice when you can just murk this guy immediately, but this is not one of those days. Try though I may, even the fire potion won't get through you. Unpleasant. Now we become frail and he starts hurting us a whole lot. And I feel like a royal fool. I feel like a prized asshole. Still can't kill him with fire potion, even though that would be wonderful. Just gotta take that lots of damage. Help me, Orichalcum. Ow. Well, good thing we make use of the rest sites, huh? Die. Expertise draws. Not particularly well, though. Draw until you have 6 cards, upgraded 7. I've always thought this was a bit of a lackluster card. But it beats the alternatives black and blue. And I do need some draw right now. Oftentimes it's a draw 2 card, draw 2 for 1. Could easily be draw 3 for 1. You wouldn't turn down Skim, would you? I'll take expertise. Yeah, the customary minus 22, welcome to Act 2. Yeah, the customary minus 22, welcome to Act 2. With this in hand, we've got 4 times 6 damage coming in. With an additional 12, huh? So we've got 12, 12, and 12 for 36. That means we're not killing unless we use a potion, and I don't want to use a potion. Not yet, at least. Yeah, that potion's not worth 4. That potion is there to help us against, say, the slavers. Ooh, but Apotheosis is always there to help me. Happy freaking days. 4 damage and 13 damage is 17. 1 short and killing you, but neutralize. Between the eyes. Oh, but hang on, this gives me 2 shivs. Gee, Billy. Also, you do 12 damage. What am I reading here? 4, 4, 4, 13, 12. What's the right play to murder you the best? I have no idea. Well, when in doubt, don't think. When is thinking ever done anything for me? Should be able to get out of this fight and get all of our money back. And this fool doesn't know when to quit. Hey, would you look at that? Expertise value. All those cards I get. Blep. I like it. Give me back my money, because I don't have ectoplasm. Give me a lowest roll of gold, a potion, and garbage. Well, is another predator actually garbage? I do like drawing, and I do like doing 20 big chunky damage. But then again, expertise is more drawing. Or maybe I should take none of them. The problem is these strikes and defends really fatten up my deck. The problem is that these strikes hit for 12 each, so they're not actually that bad. They're almost as good as an unupgraded glass knife. They're as good as a blade dance. I think I pass on these. Useful? Ooh. I love well-laid plans plus, and that's exactly what we have. If only this is called Quick Strike. Might be worth taking. Preserved Insect would be wonderful to go with the Black Star, but of course we can't afford it. I would quite happily remove a Defend at this point. They're weighing me down, even though they upgrade rather nicely. I'd rather have better defense cards upgraded, so... And these strikes are actually quite good, so I don't want to get rid of them. Doing Strike Dummy and Apotheosis. Removing defense before strikes on silent feels so very wrong. But that's what's happening. I do need their damage output after all. Ah. The event is a fight, and when is it not? Centauri needs to have horrible, horrible things happen to her. I'm under the impression that the Centurion is a female. Even though she makes a pretty manly noise, she's got quite the protruding chest, and she's got wee eyelashes on the eye sockets. Plus, look at those thick thighs. Or don't, it's up to you. Am I getting out of this without taking damage? Absolutely not. Not unless I flex pot. I don't want to... Oh, hang on. Yeah, I keep forgetting my strikes do more, but that's not going to be enough. I cannot be trusted with Preserved Insect and Black Star. Always somehow end up fighting 2 or 3 elites back to back like a moron. Don't worry, many people fall for it. Expertise is going to draw me Apo. Let's not do it just yet. Let's do it... No! I clicked on that game. I think one issue about being on my laptop is it does have lag spikes, so I wasn't able to hold on to that. Not sure it made much of a difference, but I'm not chuffed with that. Oh, well. Yeah, expertise actually could have come in handy there. But you know what we don't have? Expertise. You failed to click check, and so I did. I even tried clicking on it twice. That's why I feel extra betrayed. You're already dead, so no need to worry about this. Splat, splat, and you'll be joining her real soon. That's funny, this strike is almost better than dash in terms of damage output, and you're about to get damaged. Oh boy, are you about to get damaged. It's a good day to die, Mystic. Alright, max roll the gold again. We're getting a lot of that. Prepared is a bit of a drawdown, so I'm not interested. Sneaky Strike, I don't really have synergy. But you know what's in the title there? Strike. This thing actually does 15 damage. Upgraded, it does 19. Gives me rebate. With Tools of the Trade, Sneaky Strike will always be free as long as Tools is played. I will take 1 Sneaky Strike. Whoa. Consider the possibilities here. Mutagenic Strength with Ninja Scroll. Those shivs now do 777 damage on turn 1. I don't think Jax is good on Silent, but I do think Mutagenic Strength is pretty great. And if we ever get Artifact, we can block it from going away, meaning we keep the Strength. Yeah, come on. Bring on the mutagens. Feel those muscle fibers twitch. Surprised it doesn't have a downside. Alright, between that and the Flex Potion, I'm not afraid of elites. For now. We have very aggressive front-loaded damage. Gotta remember, we're dealing with the Collector, who I see as the hardest of all the Act 2 Act bosses. Act 2 bosses. Let's not be superfluous here. Alright, let's plunge face first into the Book of Glasgow. It teaches you everything you need to know about being Scottish. Like how not to full block this, that's quite unfortunate. Do I feel like immediate flex potioning? I'm going to be smacking you once, twice, thrice, 4, 5, 6 times. That's 30 damage in this flex potion. I'm unlikely to do much better, and this thing needs to die as swiftly as possible. Die, 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 die. And this is better than not doing this, so don't hurt me. Also welcome Jackie and Jackie Raiders. Don't stereotype the book like that. You're the one who just injected something. We used to have radio advertisements about injecting drugs. Not how to, but how to not feel the temptation. This is an unfortunate occurrence right here. I certainly want my apotheosis down, but at what cost? I'll better get the block while I can. I'm not afraid of this fight because I have the fire potion, but I'm not happy with taking damage if it can ever be avoided. Of course, Piercing Wail appears at the very incorrect time. Probably just do this to minimize incoming damage and try to kill you next turn. Can I even do that? With the potion, yes. Still not thrilled about this outcome, though. Ooh, I continue to not be thrilled. Stop hurting me. Start dying. That has to be the potion now, doesn't it? That is a darn shame. My draw order in this fight was abysmal. Yeah, Piercing Wail when it wasn't doing a multi-attack, Apotheosis relatively late, just nothing worked out so well there. I was hoping to save this potion for Slavers, but I'm not willing to take 20... Am I? How important is that potion to me? We have a guaranteed rest coming up. And there is El Slavo right there. I might actually be willing to take this damage. It's 11 damage. This thing is more important to me than 11 damage. Could still brick this, by the way. Especially when I have no damage. Adrenaline, change that. Whew! Get out of here. Stomp all over the Book of Glasgow and get richly rewarded with a bag of marbles. 1 vulnerable to all enemies when I have Ninja Scroll, Mutagenic Strength. That is pretty big. Toy Ornithopter rewarding me enormously for not using the fire potion as well. Excellent. Is the overlay on Twitch not working for relics? Do remind me if you can to check that after the stream, by the way, because I do like it when the overlay works. But I guess I haven't set it up on my laptop, which is what I'm using as I wander around here in the Philippines. A blade dance. Do I want more blade dancing? The outmaneuver comes pre-upgraded, but I'm not sure that's so good for me. I need draw more than energy right now. Crippling Cloud. We don't do poisonous things currently. So is it blade dance or is it skip? The shivs really don't do that much for me right now. I don't have anything that boosts them terribly, so I don't think I want that. Crippling Cloud sounds great. Does it though? The upgrade doesn't even do any more weak damage. Consider that we're fighting the Collector. I just do not see the utility in Crippling Cloud. Anything with Artifact just gobbles this up. The poison isn't going to stack. I don't want to transition into poison right now at the drop of a hat. Strips Artifact, yes, but notably the Collector doesn't have Artifact. And the elites that we're going to fight don't have Artifact. So what exactly does this card do for me? It'll help you in Act 3. Yes, I would like to get to Act 3 first. And these cards don't do that for me, I'm afraid. Let's take our much needed rest and carry on. It looks cool. It does look cool. Alright, so does a medium-sized chest, especially when it contains money. It does contain money. It contains Giga money, thanks to the Maw Bank. And as we have no shop coming up, I have no problem taking that Maw Bank. That Maw Bank would be even better if we'd taken the membership card at the start of the game, but if we'd done that, we wouldn't be here because we'd be dead due to no apotheosis. It is the Slavers. I saved my fire potion for this. Do not make me regret it. Well, that Piercing Wail is certainly value right now. Not a lot of damage here, but there might just be enough. How much do these shivs do? 10. 10, 10, 10, and 22 is one dead back slaver from the get-go, so if you get the opportunity to kill the back slaver, do it. He is such a big problem because he does the most damage and he will net you, preventing you from doing attacks. Otherwise, I gotta say, this is a pretty great turn. Stop doing damage to me. I mean, really stop doing damage to me. I don't even have to play these defends. I'm so money. Alright, they're no longer vulnerable. And they're certainly here to take their revenge now. Can I just kill you, actually? Sneaky Strike might be a strike, but without the rebate, I can't kill you. Do I want to kill you anyway? because I can. We were questioning how much that fire potion was worth to me earlier. It wasn't worth 11. Now is it worth 10? I would say no. That wasn't as coy as it may have sounded. Ooh, I don't like this. No blocking. No blocking. But that's okay. We do have blocking. It's called Orichalcum. Beautiful. Interesting expertise value. Draw me everything, please. Life is good. I love how powerful these strikes are. Strike deck go! Oh, and they become even more powerful. The strength build on the Shiv Lady is here. The Gremlin Horn is also here. Defeat an enemy. Gain 1 energy, draw 1 card. That is a fantastic anti-Reptomancer relic right there, because this does work on minions. And there's the acrobatics that I was begging down on my bending knees for. But it competes with Nightmare, once again returning. There's nothing I particularly want to Nightmare, though, is there? Nightmare targets on Shiv Lady outside of Fancy Infinite tend to include Adrenaline, Footwork, Poison stacking. Yeah, Shuriken would go a long way here. If I'd taken Shuriken, I definitely would have had another one of those Blade Dances. I think I'd take that Acrobatics, though. It's an incredibly powerful card. And we are definitely getting Black Star value here. Oh, this is so much better than having half of these relics. And we're still going to get more, provided we can deal with the Cultist 3. And I am getting so much value out of Strike Dummy Bag of Marbles, it's almost unethical. I'm willing to play this Adrenaline unupgraded as well. Life is just that good. Actually, maybe I should have played it first. Yeah, in case Apotheosis were there. It's not there, but we should still be glad that we checked. Wow, these poor fools. These poor fools! Good freaking lord! I think that is the first time I have ever slaughtered them turn 1. And if not, it's definitely the first time I've ever done it with a Silent. Good lord. Silent is not a character you often associate with raw physical damage builds, but that is absolutely what's happening here. Expertise is back, this time it has an upgrade. Flying Knee is here. If only it was Flying Knee Strike or Choke Strike. How do I feel about a second expertise? Now that we have Acrobatics, Adrenaline, Expertise, and Tools of the Trade with Predator, my draw game isn't too shabby. That said, draw is draw. If I could just... If I take the Expertise, I'm suddenly going to want more energy to go with the draw. And sadly, when it comes to energy generation, Silent tends to get hers from discarding, which is not what we're so great at. 1 Expertise plus is probably enough. I still don't see Choke as a good A20 card. It's blocked by Artifact on top of everything else that I think is pretty bad about it, and we don't really Shiv spam quite as much as you'd like. I'm just going to skip that. Oh, well, this could be even better. You know what Colosseum is? It's an elite fight. Wait, is it an elite fight? Well, I'm pretty sure it gives you two relics regardless of Black Star. Anyway, let's go, Desro. We get 2/3 of the Slaver fight once again, although not quite as well front-loaded as before. Still going to murk the back one to the best of my abilities, which is very well, it appears. Oh, very, very well, it appears. Man, I am so glad I'm not you guys. Hello, Apotheosis. Don't mind if I don't kill you, actually. Whoops. That's okay, though. Full blocking is just as good. Let's Especially when you just die. No reward, though. Well done, weakling. No. We're going to fight Gremlin Ob and Slaver Leader because I want the many rewards, please. Well now. What's the man to do in this kind of situation? I could flex pot to immediately get this fight under my wing, and it's very, very tempting to do so. That Gremlin Ob is going to be a big problem pretty fast. 50% potion chance. What are we looking at? We're looking at 12 damage going up to something like 20 if I flex. 20, 20, 20, you just die. Alternatively, the Taskmaster, he buffs up very slowly over this fight. His biggest way of scaling is by drowning you in injuries. Whereas I think I'm in a reasonable spot to just destroy Gremlin Ob without flexing. What do? Strike, Predator, strike, shiv, 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 let Orichalcum block, save the flex potion. However, if I do get the potion drop, I'm losing out on the health gain from that, so maybe. Oh, but this would be so good against Collector as well. It's a tough call. How much do I think there's a potion in that 50% potion chance is the question here. Blindly believe that it is there. What are we looking at? 19, what does this do? 27, good lord. It's a relatively unethical approach here. Do we just kill you? I have nothing zero cost to kill you with, do I? I've got adrenaline, actually. Kind of funny, but let's just not take damage. Blip. There was naturally a potion. So we got the healing out of that on top of everything else. On top of even more strength gain, even more money, even more money. And some cards. I gotta say that accuracy is a little tempting. Makes those shivvy blade dances even better. I say yes to accuracy. It was not an event at all, it was a fight. I'm shocked and appalled. Chosen needs to die pretty quickly. Chosen really gets out of whack too quickly. There's no draw going on here. That said, if I killed the cultist fast enough, we get the gremlin horn value, but I'd rather just not deal with Chosen at all. It'll be a fast enough fight, I don't mind discarding that. I would considerably like better options, though. Whoa. Slow down there. Slow down. You still need to die. Like, now. Why is that only doing 10 instead of 12? Ah, no apotheosis. But that doesn't add up either. Anyway, still die, please. And well-laid plans. We're fine. Orichalcum continues to be there for me. That thing has blocked a ton of damage so far. 11, huh? What if it weren't 11? What if it was ostensibly nothing? Oh, crumbs. Wait, no crumbs. We have plans that have been well laid. Goodbye, cultist. Great fight. Ah! Okay, I was not counting on the 40% potion as well. We can't drink these and gain the Toy Ornithopter healing out of them. Does Blessing of the Forge beat Fear Potion, though? Ordinarily, yes. However, I would say no here. 1, Apotheosis, and 2, I'm going to want that on the Collector to race damage on her. Do I want a second Acrobatics, or even a first Backstab? First Backstab with Mutagenic Strength and Bag of Marbles, not bad, but it does hurt my setup. That said, front load is good load. Get Backstab. 1 in 8 card is pretty alright here. I mean, especially when it does things like this. Good lord. Just a shiv killing sneaky gremlin is pretty good. Yeah, backstab's 22 damage is looking just splendid. I should acrobatics regardless, though, because it may contain apotheosis. It does not, but it contains something almost as good. Wow. It's just not a good time to be these things at all. Alright, well, you're dead. And... 22. It's also close, isn't it? I'd rather you were neutralized just in case you do your rude dude with attitude attack second turn. Could leave the Gremlin Wizard alive, though. It's not a big deal, is it? You give minion block 10, though. It could become a big deal. Let's just not have Gremlin Wizard to deal with whatsoever. Oh, wow. It's just not your day, Gremlin Leader. It was never going to be your day. Oh, go get him, boys. Blep. Phenomenal, with some incredible rewards here. The meat is on the bone and the ice is in the cream. Don't use energy, preserve it to the next turn. Ice cream is a real game changer on energy generation. We don't have much of that, but now energy generation has just become so much stronger because we're not forced to use it on any given turn. But what do we have here? Normally I quite like backflip. It's draw, but I think I've solved a draw in a lot of ways. We've got acrobatics, expertise, adrenaline, predator. Do I want more draw? Especially with lackluster block. I think I'd rather have piercing whale, as in a second piercing whale. Can't go wrong with more of those. And we're forced to rest, or are we? Get lifting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hope that not resisting the call to heal doesn't get us killed here, but we have 10 extra health and potions thanks to Ornithopter. Let's go. Quick Slash is pretty good. No, I think Quick Slash is one of the very bad attacks on Silent, for the main reason that it doesn't upgrade to draw 2 like Pommel Strike does, and drawing is good. So we didn't get set up here. It's kind of to be expected because I've been inflating my deck without getting rid of the fluff. These defends need to go, so I would actually be alright with Astrolabe as a boss reward. Although with Ice Cream, more energy is good, especially since it took Black Star. Anyway, all that aside... Shiv, 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 stab, strike, strike. Do not play these because we conserve energy. Now that extra 2 is going to go a long way in this fight already. Or is it? Well, neutralizes. Probably going to have to deal with the minions. I can't see myself dealing with Collector fast enough. I'm a little saddened about that, but it's probably for the better. 11, 11, I get that 17 in. It doesn't get the rebate, but... Ah, damn, that would get the rebate in. With dash, that defend is not quite so bad, but I'd love to do Tools of the Trade to draw through the deck faster. Oh, we're in meat value territory. You could almost say that I took that attack on purpose. And you'd almost be right. Thank you, Apo. Thank you, super well laid plans. I can hold on to 2 cards, you see. I'd rather not take damage, though, so that Masterful Stab is better. So I actually will play this. And hold on to these. It's a shame it's not Masterful Strike. Right, it's about to be mega debuff time for me, which is not a good time to be me. Not a good time at all. I need you to be dead, approximately now. With accuracy down for +6, these are going to be better. And we get the draw and the energy to not do much with it. But I get to retain 2. What's coming my way? Times are going to be a bit hard. I'll be weakened, frail, vulnerable. Tax collector looking mighty. I hope they resummon, actually. Rather than just, you know, kill me. Where are we going with this, anyway? Keep the shiv, keep the masterful stab. Probably use the fear potion as well, just to balance out my weakness. Ah, good, they resummon. Well, that might be good. Definitely don't want my defense hanging around here then. Let's try and advance this fight, shall we? Get some healing while the going is good as well. Start smashing this fool. Good chance to get sneaky strike on the acrobatics, so I certainly want that down. That's my sneaky strike. Good, very good. This fight is mine. Thanks to the power of strikes. And even if I somehow can't kill you here, we have a potion for that. That might exactly be my problem, actually. I've got 24 and 30. Well, wouldn't you know it? That kills. Love my strike dummy. Could it be the best strike dummy of all time? I'm starting to think that it is. Malaise, burst, 1,000 cuts. Funny thing is I want malaise together with burst. Ice cream makes malaise devastating. Absolutely devastating. You can save up one big malaise and completely cripple any foe. Amazingly good against Time Eater, who would actually punish this deck quite handily. So yes, we're taking that malaise. The Maw-Bank continues to drown me in cash. I continue to cry over not having membership card, but Apotheosis was the right choice. Not the choices I was after, but they are quite interesting. Not Tiny House, of course. Tiny House is the absolute booby prize. Gain a potion, which I have space for. Gain gold, which I always have space for. Max health, a card, and an upgrade. It's just a bit of a jack of all trades. I would think Tiny House could be improved enormously by just adding gain 1 common relic. Just add that to it and suddenly it's no longer such a terrible, terrible relic. But I think things in this game cannot have more than 5 effects in them, which is probably why it's limited like that, or I might be talking out of my rear end. The Busted Crown, I don't particularly want. There are still a lot of ways to improve this deck, and the Busted Crown is one of the worst boss relics unless you already have a completed deck. If you have a completed deck, it's fantastic. The Panda Box. Now these strikes are good, but the defense are very, very bad. Am I willing to take a gamble on 9 cards? It is a big gamble. If I get a lot of stuff that just doesn't work with my deck, I get Banes, but no poison, and I get some powers that work against me, or I get nightmares. It's going to be quite bad, but I have to imagine it's an agreeable choice right now. My strikes are powerful, no doubt about that. But what if they were replaced with sneaky strikes? Choose the card to upgrade would help it too. It certainly would. I'm gonna take the risk here. But sadly, Busted Crown is the only energy-giving choice, meaning that we went this whole run without taking energy, except for the starting Fusion Hammer. That does make Ice Cream a little worse. Let's go with the Panda Box. We have the money to fix it in shops, at least, provided we can go to shops. We have to take on the Spicy Elite, so that could work against us. It's the rare Busted Crown pick, in my opinion, says Ooglu. I am inclined to disagree. This deck does fun things, but I don't think it makes it through the Act 3 boss gauntlet, and Busted Crown means you are extremely unlikely to find good cards to add to your deck. Whereas Pandora's Box clears out this stuff, which is not as garbage as it normally is, but Gotta remember, Strike Dummy is only doing 3 on these. The other extra boosts are coming from the Gurya, the Vajra, and my mutagenic strength. So although the strikes look good, the Strike Dummy is only doing 3 of that good. A lot of it's coming from the marbles as well. I think we can do better. Let's go. Fine. Ooh, very nice. Pretty bad, but not bad. Ooh, a second malaise and a nightmare. And a calc gamble. There's some good things here. I'm glad that we still get some damage output to make up for the lack of the strikes. Not a single common card here. I'll take it. I'll handily take that. Yeah, bye-bye Donu Deka and Spear and Shield. A slight problem is that I don't have ways of stripping Artifact particularly well right now. Maybe just a tiny bit of poison would go a long way here. Right, no matter what we do, we are forced to take on this spicy elite. Fortunately, it's very late, so the spiciness will be less of an issue, and it doesn't force our path anywhere near as much. We can go absolute elite slaying this act. However, shopping is a priority, to the point where I will turn down an elite and its 2 relic rewards in favor of going shopping. I don't know which of these 2 to take, but we'll certainly take this path. You can do double shop. I see the double shop. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, double shop of 477 is the right play for sure. Did I pick up anything I want to chuck, by the way? Maybe that blur. Blur is kind of terrible. Maybe reflex? No, reflex is pretty good with tools of the trade. And with well-laid plans, I would actually, rather than have a reflex, I would quite like to add tactician, if only we could get that as well. Ah, maybe we'll find it. Just you watch, the question marks will be yet another shop. That wouldn't be all that bad. Well, I could calc gamble if I really wanted to take a chance on this, but we have draw options aplenty. In fact, that expertise is about to see a lot of use immediately. Shiv, 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 stab you in the face. I don't think I need tools down here, though. But it will let me draw a little bit more. And if I don't like this, I don't particularly like this, we can do this. Well, that was easy. Thanks to the money, and another piercing wail. Normally you would be clapping your hands together at the sight of that catalyst, but I really like piercing wail. Do I want a third one? Do I like it that much? Yes, I do. Because it does not interrupt or recalcitrant things. It also exhausts. Well now, Omamori. I would never normally pay for Omamori, but what if we get 999 gold? If we do, we can't make much use of it. But remember, we have Courier. So you're the Courier that's been causing so many problems. Alchemy is looking pretty delicious as well, especially with Toy Ornithopter. That's 5 healing on a card, better than Bandage Up. Frozen Eye is terrific as well. There are a lot of excellent things to buy here. We should think. No, we did not pick up Burst, and it was not in the Panda box either. Nightmare was, however. We could Nightmare Alchemize and use that to heal tremendously. Yeah, I can't believe with 500 gold I don't have enough money for everything I want. I want Frozen Eye, I want Alchemize, I want a card remove, and I want more options. But we have another shop that we're about to go to immediately, or rather after one fight. So let's not get carried away. Do I really, really want that Frozen Eye? Really drags out a fight because you're constantly checking your draw pile. But it would win fights enormously because you'd be able to figure out what's coming. Especially with the likes of expertise. The dirty deed is done. I'm taking the Alchemize. 80 for a card remove would not prevent buying a common relic in the next shop. And what do I really want to remove here? I'm thinking blur, because we don't really generate block. Not generating block is going to become a problem for me pretty fast, actually. Maybe I should keep blur with that in mind, because getting footwork down and then playing something like dash... Actually, I really need a good block card, like a leg sweep, or just something to aid my block game. I might not actually want to remove. Maybe unload. Yeah, unload can be the discard that really helps some other things, though. Yeah, if we're going to remove, let's remove next shop and have a better look at our options first. We just broke the maw bank by going shopping, but I'm okay with that. Just as I'm incredibly okay with this. Wow, these freaks are so dead. Corpse explode, shiv, shiv. I mean, you're already dead, aren't you? It's not a good day to be you. Thwomp, and we have the block to do this. Oh, crumbs, my alchemize. Right, we need to consider that. We need to Frozen Eye to find the alchemize and actually get the thing. Fortunately, we already got a potion, so that wasn't a loss. But we could have had a better potion. Another piercing will? I don't think so. I might want that backflip, though. I am a little lacking in block, and that upgraded plus footwork is a great option. I don't like blur. It might stop Orichalcum. Orichalcum is 6 block. Towards the end of the game, I'm going to need to generate 50 block, so let's consider that. Oh, lots of cards. Oh, bag of preparation. Oh, damn, the tincture is phenomenal, and I can barely not afford it. A lot of good stuff here again. Quite like Nauseous Fumes, if only for stripping Artifact a touch. But Corpse Explosion and Malaise are both good artifact strippers as well, as are my Piercing Wills. Yeah, Tingsha, deal 3 damage to a random enemy every time you discard, and you can make discard infinites with the Shiv Lady. Also, Time Eater is our boss. Also worth considering. Bag of Prep is not really helpful with your turn 1 draw. I disagree. I think Bag of Preparation is even better thanks to our turn 1 draw. Mutagenic Strength, Vajra, Gremlin Horn, Guria. These things all say turn 1 kill. And currently, my turn 1 draw is 8, of which 3 are shivs and 1 is backstab. So I really only get 4 random cards drawn. If I could up that to 6 random cards drawn, that is a 50% boost in my drawing abilities on turn 1. And that is huge. So I am 60% buying this bag of preparation. Am I completely convincing myself here? Yes, I am. Ah, no. No. How can this be? The ultimate insult. That kunai would be a win condition for this deck. But oh well. Yeah, you can never have enough money, it seems. Never should have bought Alchemize, then. Oh well. Then the question remains, do we or do we not card remove? And if we do, what would we get rid of? I think we're okay here. Save our money for the final act. You are losing a little money, my liege. Question or fight? The fight is now hard pull. Fights are potions, potions are healing. That's a pretty good reason to take a fight. But events could be anything. They could even be smash and grab some potions. Hello, Maw. You punish slow decks. I don't feel that slow these days. Shame I cannot discard, isn't it? I could Nightmare my Apotheosis, upgrade everything several times. There's that Nightmare Alchemize I was talking about. Hilarious, but actually doable, because Apotheosis will make Nightmare 3 cost and Alchemize 0 cost. That is incredibly hilarious. Is that hilarious enough to do? I am inclined to say yes. Shank, shank, shank. More shanking. Did I say more shanking? Yes, I did. Shank, shank, shank. I'll do that later. Bit rubbish. Get out of here. Full heal just like that. Rawr, all you want. Do absolutely no damage to me. Ooh, I could do a hell of a malaise on you. The problem with you, though, is that you do big attacks with slam, which could end up being a problem for me. Explosive potion. Bleh. Entropotic Brood. Now that's pretty good. Let's hold on to that. Blessing Forge is pretty terrible, but this is as good as we're going to be getting, I rather think. We get Blur and we get Dash. Well, that's actually a block that can stay with me rather handily. Or we could hold on to the energy. Certainly have options here, don't we? Problem with the Maul is the Maul buffs at their strength something fierce. And if they do their big slam attack, that's going to end up being problematic for me. Ah, they're not doing it, okay. Well then I was a fool. I was a foolish fool. If only I had Tincture right now. Tincture would solve all my problems. Yeah, that's a little bit what I was worried about, but maybe, just maybe, I can ruin this guy's day. Maybe. Where's all my damage? Or where's all my block to deal with that 24? So I forgot this guy keeps you frail like nobody's business. Yeah, damage? We don't really do that, do we? Maybe I could have if I'd played this a little bit better. But as it happens, I don't need to worry about such things, because all we do is win. Winning is good. Less of that. Okay, there we go. We're not as slow as I thought. And we're out of here. If I can just tickle him to death. Alright, not bad. I was a little worried about that, and now I'm a lot less worried. And we're in even better shape, because a power potion is just what the doctor ordered. That will be our Wraith form when we truly need it. Finisher. Finisher with strength gain? Normally I'm not a big fan on A20, but yes. Absolutely yes. Finisher with strength gain. Yes, absolutely yes. Alright, time to ratch up 6 more relics if we can, please. Yeah, finisher on turn 1, which is now much more likely due to somebody taking Bag of Preparation. Feeling pretty good. As it happens, though, new cards sinking quite far down to the bottom. Also, incredibly rude Darklings all attacking on turn 1. Nobody said they were allowed to do that. I'm very unhappy about that. Good lord. If only I had a bit more turn 1 energy, things would look a whole lot better. Malaise is here, Unload is here, Sneaky Strike is here, but we don't have any draw except for Expertise, which we could use here, actually. We could use it. Alright, well, let's get moving, I suppose. Gosh, I love being powerful. Just feels right. Predator really slaughters, isn't it? In fact, are we just killing here? Wow. Wow. I don't even need to do nightmare potion stuff, because I already have 2 potions that I'm delighted to have. That wasn't even fair. Oh, good God. Extra life versus power. The power could be good, the extra life is good. The problem is, there's not really a better pair of potions than this, is there? Well, there's Ghost in a Jar. But the problem is I can't see what my alchemized potions are until I have a potion slot, so where's my potion belt? Dagger Throw actually looking quite good. I wish it was Dagger Strike. Just a little bit more draw and discard. It's just a nice little bit of control, especially with Frozen Eye. And it's another physical attack. We do like physical attacks. When you're doing this well, Jake, you have to think about how the run could derail. Yeah, well, these are good anti-derailing potions right there. I'm torn on that Dagger Throw. It's none too shabby. But it does bloat my deck even more, and this deck is already getting pretty bloated. I'll take 1 Dagger Throw, but no more. And now let's go and grab 4 relics if we can. Hello, Giant Head. He's about to be giant dead. Got him. Can't get to any discard. Damn, that's what I got the Dagger Throw for, but it ain't appearing right now. Wait a second, this is discard. Thank you, please. And suddenly Sneaky Strike is looking good. What about Nightmare? Could I do funky Nightmare things here? Possibly. Adrenaline... Oh, Apotheosis is right at the bottom of the deck, so we can't be counting on that. But that's all the more reason I need to draw down to it pretty quickly. Yeah, Nightmare Adrenaline gets me all the energy of it back, which itself is pretty good. Yeah, and just drawing my way down this is probably going to be worth it. Which means I need to play this for the rebate initially. That's a bit sad, but oh well. Nightmare the Adrenaline. Probably play the Adrenaline as well. Is there anything else I want to be doing right now? Blur does nothing. Kind of. Don't want to take that damage though. Tools of the Trade is pretty good for drawing down further as well, especially since this is what my draw's looking like, which is to say not great. Ah, but no, we have Adrenaline to help with that. Of course, of course. Alright, in that case, let's not take damage. I don't think Well-Laid Plans is all that useful here compared to just drawing down my deck, so let's do it like this. That's acceptable. Where does Giant Head get off having 520 hit points? At least it's not a plus max health one. Boy, those can be oppressive. Alright, so what do we just work our way down here? Finisher's not going to get out. Oh, hang on. Finisher will get some real good value out of that Blade Dance. If I can play some other attacks as well, that's even better. Piercing Wail does a whole lot of not much for me here. But I really want to drag my way down the deck. Also, more attacks are more better. Yeah, we're actually running our way through this deck rather nicely. The thing is, the idea of that finisher smashing Giant Head is just way, way too appealing. Out of space for all of you, but what if I added to it like so? It's pretty good. Can we do better? No, because I want that stuff played. Alright, we'll do it like this then. Next turn draw could be pretty rough. Don't you start attacking on turn 3? No, we get one more turn of freebie, but then I need to actually start destroying you. How are the Philippines? Oh, they're still there. I'm rather enjoying my time, although I am learning that Manila is not the place for me. Thing is, if I Calc Gamble to Apotheosis, 1, 2, 3, yeah. But the problem is then I don't get my finisher off, and finisher is too good not to do. 720. And we could make it better. Yeah, I'm getting out of Manila in a few days. Let's do like this. Yeah, I'm open to that being a pretty good turn on Giant Head. It is time. Oh, wow. That's not okay. No, wait, we can fix this. Get out of here. Alright, Frozen Egg. Find powers, have better powers. Akabesto, first attack, first turn, 8 extra damage. That's, in reality, not more than just +8 damage on turn 1 for us, but +8 can still be good. More drawing and drawing down. I might be willing to take Prepared Plus. It's kind of a nothing card, but I'm okay with a little bit of that. Somebody mentioned omelets earlier, but we don't start with them, we end with them. Even so, I can't take that. I'll take the Sapphire Key. Take the money, though. Man, money is always welcome. Still hoping for Potion Belt, though. Hello, Nemesis. You want stars? I will fail to give you stars. Could do with some discard here, which I don't get, but what we do get is a lot of front-loaded damage on this freak. If only I just had a little bit of discard, or enough draw to get to Apotheosis, but my draw game is currently only 2 cards. Yeah. Oh well, just deal damage while the going is good then. Fairly certain I saw Potion Belt in the first store. Ah, why are you gonna let me down like that? I didn't want to hear that. Can I just kill you, by the way? 31 and 31 is close, but not close enough. What about 28? And still not enough. Can I defend against you next turn? Apo, Adrenaline, Calc, Gamble. Probably not. Next turn's probably going to hurt a lot. Which says I should probably well lay plans my dash. Or Predator to draw more. Currently we draw this. Draw a couple more. Can Adrenaline some more. Expertise can draw more. But I don't think I'm blocking very well next turn. So if he attacks, I probably want dash by my side. Probably. I'm unsure about that. You know what? I'll take a chance on Predator. When in doubt, just draw more cards. Well, no amount of malaising getting me out of this one. This is where my lack of block really starts coming and biting me in the bum. A little bit of malaising would go a long way. The problem is this is full-blown malaising, which is not what we're looking for. Nightmare won't help me here either, I would dare to say. Does Calc Gamble help here? Calc Gamble gets me 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't kill, doesn't block particularly well. What about Expertise into Calc Gamble? Expertise brings me up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll draw 2 cards. And then I will make my way down quite a lot of them. So I actually think it's Expertise Calc Gamble. Yeah. Yeah, why not? And crazier things. That way I can fancy footwork, unless I think I can do better things by going further down here. Which I don't. There was most certainly a better way of doing this, but we didn't do it. Alright, I'll take some damage. It's bound to happen eventually. And then I will feel terrible about this. Oh, wow. Whoops. Sizable mistakes were made. And he gets another immune turn. I paid that really badly, and fortunately I do not suffer for it because I have Piercing Wail. Good job, me. Next turn should destroy him, right? Master Stab, Sneaky Strike, Neutralize. Yeah, we're good. Just in case, though. Let's keep some Acro on hand. There we go. Alright, wasn't punished, and in fact I am immensely rewarded. Eternal Feather is healing, and Pantograph is even more healing, so not short on that at all. Do I want another Acro? Do I want Doppelganger? Next turn, draw X plus 1 cards and gain X plus 1 energy. It's actually pretty powerful with my Ice Cream. Phenomenally good draw, but it's belated draw. Kinda slows you down a little bit, but then speeds you up more rapidly. Yeah, Pantograph is great for the boss gauntlet. It's double healing at 820. One for Time Eater and then one for either Awakened One or Donudeka, whoever follows. I think I have enough draw to not want that Acrobatics, but do I really believe that? Acrobatics is amazing. It is really amazing. Let me take that Acrobatics. The shapes are back, but I have a card that deals with this rather nicely. It's called Corpse Explosion, and it's in the middle of the deck. I also have another card for situations like this. It's called Piercing Wail. Out of my face, attacking scum. And then I don't need to block, provided Exploder dies. And why would Exploder not die? Shunk. Why would he not die? Not many can join the dying brigade here. Not particularly worry about you. I do want Apo down, but maybe once I get my gains. How do I deal with these things, by the way? Do I have an answer to that? I can do a bit of blocking. Yeah, but Finisher hits multiple times, and Spikers spike you for each hit you do against them, so don't get too carried away here. Right, here's my Grandmaster plan. Blur, Piercing Wail, 1 Shiv on you. Keep that 1 block. It's not particularly useful. That does nothing, but I don't want to see it again. You should have not killed the small one to explode it. To corpse explode it. It didn't have enough maximum health to kill these ones, though. Which is why I did kill it regardless. Cloak and Dagger actually helps a little bit here, because I get a touch of block, and then I can still split. Probably should have delayed that a little bit. Oh, crumbs, what have I done? Actually, I've done good things. There we go, still get the energy to corpse explode you. And now we are okay. Yeah, we're fine. You will die, slowly and surely. As does your former city. Gain block, deal damage. Shunk, and I don't care. And we win. Because winning is good, and it's what we do. Boom. Alright, lovely. Why not Nightmare the Footwork? Why Nightmare the Footwork? Would be my counter-argument there. Do I still feel as bad about Crippling Cloud as I did before? It's a nice artifact stripper. I do lack weakness application. I don't think that's good enough, though. Gotta say that Dagger Spray is pretty good. I don't have a lot of area effect damage, but I think at this stage in the game that's not necessary, not with Corpse Explosion. Because with all my strength gain, with mutagenic strength, yeah, that's pretty good, but more of an Act 1 or 2 good situation. Yeah, it's just not good enough. Ooh, obtain a rare relic. Upgrade all cards. if only I ever wanted to heal again, which I do. 85% of the time you take the rare relic. Sometimes you take 999 gold if you can get rid of normality, or you don't care about them, but you usually care a lot about them. It's got to be that rare relic. Also, we get 25 free healing thanks to Pantograph, because guess what? It's a boss fight. Hello, Guardian. You are the best person you can see here. Easiest to slaughter at this point, and you don't do the massive damage that Hexaghost does. Although I guess Slime Boss is pretty easy to brutalize as well. Just not your day, I'm afraid. Apo and... oh man, just Nightmaring the Backstab probably slaughters you on turn 2. No, you'll have your Thorns by then, so let's not get too excited, shall we? Let's just... Sneaky Strike. Donk. Oh no, he's curled up. What will we do? I don't know. Pierce through it regardless, because we just lack the capacity to care. Yes. I don't have Tools of the Trade, but I have Dagger Throw, which will let me draw with Reflex. Oh, I got Blade Dance, so Finisher is actually quite good here. Sharp Hide only affects you every time you play an attack, not every time you land an attack. Very important distinction. However, I couldn't help but notice I don't have block here. I can fix that. Flex. Gone too far this time. Want my Tools of the Trade down. I want to continue to bully this guy with melees, because it amuses me greatly. And I don't want to see this again, so away you go. Can keep 2 of these. Cloak and Dagger, because he still has the Sharp Hide, and Dash for the block. Looking good. Jesus, poor guy. Now he doesn't even hurt me, but I should still brutalize him. I do feel kind of bad about this poor Guardian. But it feels really good to play a physical damage Shiv lady. Not a situation I'm terribly familiar with being in. You just dead already? Almost. Bye-bye. Didn't even get a chance to curl up, and our reward is actually kind of crappy, the prayer wheel. It is rare and is very, very, very good, but not this late into the game. Additional card rewards from normal enemies. How many of those do we even have? None, unless this is a normal enemy encounter, so useless relic, sadly. Second footwork solves the endgame crisis of not being able to block pretty damn well. Definitely getting in here. Caltrops? No. Footwork? Yes. We must fight the Spicy Elite, or else we can't go into Act 4, and it is... ooh, Giant Head with Italicize. A good combination. Giant Head doesn't get too many turns to make use of Italicize, and has so many hit points that you're going to be dealing that damage anyway. We get turn 1 Apotheosis. We're just generally in a good position here. Excellent. Now how do we make it better? By having more than 2 energy and actually having some block. Dang, that's going to hurt a little bit. That's what the healing is for. Actually, that's what this healing is for. We can take tons of damage and be okay with it. Unload gets rid of Reflex, which lets me draw 2 more cards, which includes melees. Actually, that solves my problem right there, doesn't it? Yes, yes it does. Sweet. Interestingly enough, so does Acrobatics. I want to play that Acrobatics. Don't even need to get to Expertise, although it'd be kind of cool. Not going to be playing Predator here. Oh, this poor fool's just having a bad day, and I'm not making it much better. In that case, I should probably just focus on dealing a butt-ton of damage on you. I don't even have the space for all of these. What a world to be in. There's a Masterful Strike to help us as well, or Masterful Stab, rather. Is there anything left of a giant head here? I'm not seeing much of it. Okay, good. It gets its metallicize. You did good, giant head. You did great. Unfortunately, I don't do a great job of smashing through you. Do I want that extra energy next turn? A little bit, yes. Yeah, wowzer. 400 damage turn 1. Shield, spear, heart, all of you. Tremble in fear. Tremble a little bit in fear. This is fine. And I can hold on to these shivs. Thank you, well-laid plans. And now he wants to kill me, but surprise, surprise, I want to do much and such to you. And that's all the Giant Head wrote. To think Giant Head drew an end to our poor robot and we just go and slaughter it. Blood Vial is not particularly useful, but given that we have so many relics, we can't expect them all to be great. Sundial can be amazing. I learnt to my dismay that Sundial does not activate, or does not count the first time you enter combat as shuffling your draw pile. I would imagine it does, but shuffle is a specific thing you do in the game. Bouncing Flask. At this late hour, it's an artifact destroyer, it's pre-upgraded, but I might prefer the backflip, given that my block game needs to be just a tiny bit better. Take backflip. I'm severely tempted by this, but backflip. Fights. I mean, it's 2 card rewards. Probably better than a question mark at this point. What even could we have as events right now? Mysterious Sphere, Falling, Sensory Stone, Lord of Red Mask. Well, I don't have the Red Mask. And I'm not going to lose 359 gold. Madness. Yeah, the question could be 2 card rewards. It could be 3. What do you think, chat? Do we take the fight, which I think is more sensible, or do we take the mystery drawer? I could regret Falling, yeah, big time. Falling could be lose Apotheosis, lose Well-Laid Plans, lose Finisher. Well, then I'd lose Finisher. The question will be a fight. Ah, yeah. 20% chance of a fight. Oh, well, this is actually very, very, very good. Not only do we get 3 colorless card choices here, we don't take 10 damage. And we can still lift, thanks to Pantograph. Amazing question mark outcome. We're not looking for Apotheosis, though. We're looking for Master of Strategy would be fantastic. Swift Strike has Strike in the name, so it's better with Strike Dummy. Blind is actually quite good. I could do with some weak. Yeah, Blind looking very good. Apotheosis. Actually, having a second Apotheosis does make it more likely that we get it early. That could be worth considering, but not nearly as much as Enlightenment. Oh yeah, Enlightenment just dumpstering the cost of some of our heavier cards. Corpse Explosion, Nightmare. The things that I can lower in cost with the Nightmare. That said though, I don't have a lot of high cost cards. I thought I had more. I think earlier on I did. Proportionately. No to Mind Blast, though. Good Instinct is a free block card. And with my double footwork, this is actually pretty swell. Because suddenly this is, what, 12 block for free? Yeah, you have to draw the heavy card with Enlightenment. Well-laid plans can make that work out for me, though. Worth remembering it's all combat once it's upgraded. Might take Good Instincts. Might bloat my deck quite a bit, though. I'm already on 38, though. Gonna take Blind. I severely lack Weak. Deep Breath works with Sundial. That is true. That is very, very true. Yeah, I will take Deep Breath, actually. I will not take these. I'm bloating my deck too much. Alright, and now... Oh, so much healing. I forgot we even had the Eternal Feather. Healing is solved. Let's get maximum swole. You cannot lift more than 3 times with the Guria. I don't know why that's limited. Because you're already hard limited on rest sites, but I'm sure they had something they were thinking about. So Shivs are looking pretty powerful right now. My fellow countryman would be proud if he was capable of such a feeling. Wow, Piercing Wail turn 1 to negate all that damage is just brutal for you. What's my Sundial at, actually? It's at 0. Of all my relics, that's the only one I need to keep an eye on, because it's the only one that increments. But it seems a shame not to have all my relics on display. Oh, well, we're definitely piercing that whale. But from here, where? Predator to get rid of any drawdown, get myself set up better. Just deal tons of damage. Tons of damage sounds good. At 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play 4 cards next turn. Piercing Will is there, so if he goes for another multi-attack, I'm not sure if he can, actually. Reverberate can be used 3 times in a row, so he could use it again. There's actually a decent chance that he will. I'd quite like to see Master Stab again, and Predator is not too bad either, and incrementing Sundial is also good, so let's do this. Wait, what was I thinking? I needed that Piercing Will next turn. Whoops. I forgot that it draws a card. Well, now please don't reverb on me. He's reverbing on me. Whoops. Oh, look, another Piercing Wail. Who could have seen this coming? Maybe somebody who has Frozen Eye. Also, this is why we should have taken a second Apotheosis. It sank to the bottom of my deck. Well, I get 4 cards, so it's Footwork, Footwork, Piercing Will, Survivor. Don't need to Survivor or Calcium will block this. Don't think I want to draw. We don't know that. Yeah, let's just deal the damage. Actually, I could save the energy. Saving energy is good, I'm told. Yeah, saving energy is really good because next turn we can do a big malaise on Time Eater. Although I'd rather wait for when he does Foolish Foolish. The thing is I have 2 malaises though. However, he's coming in with a big hit and that's less funny. That's kind of funny. Malaise for 4. Draw game's looking alright. I'll malaise you for 4. Sure. Never punished, no. I can take up to 25 damage with no comeuppance here, so let's not worry too much about anything, really. Sneaky Strike. Sure. Accuracy not looking too bad. Quite a lot of things looking not too bad. Stack that weak. He's going to debuff it pretty soon anyway. I need to get myself set up. Although I wouldn't mind having a little bit of block here. Taking 6 more is starting to feel a little bit antsy. Only a little bit though, I think we're fine. Yeah, work on the setup for now. Ah, well actually, why take damage? Why take damage? I get 4 cards to play next turn if I smash him with this. With what I have, I think I can do that. Yeah, Avi, I'm on my laptop isn't that crummy, but I did have it built several years ago, so maybe it's a little outdated by now. I want that malaise. Actually, I should hold on to malaise so that I can, well, hold on to the malaise. 240 for you to say foolish, foolish. Someone's feeling a little foolish here. It's me, actually. I'll play 3 cards. How about adrenaline, backflip, backflip. Adrenaline draws 2, backflip draws 2, backflip draws 2, and then Apotheosis is the only one I can hold on to. I'm not happy about that. In that case, adrenaline, backflip, blur. Hold on to one of these. Apo is right there. Only one of these. Feels kind of sad. I'm not quite advancing this the way I want to. Let's take the draw option. Taking tiny damage so that Master Stab becomes worse, unfortunately. Thank you, Piercing Whale, once again. Yeah, it certainly took a while to get that under wraps. I want that malaise. I want to hold on to that malaise as best I can. Now I don't mind blurring a touch. I'll be able to discard the reflex to work my way down faster. That's okay. Got a 4-hour drive ahead of me. Will you do another run or two to help pass the time? No, I think this is my last run for the day. At least of this. Whoa, don't get rid of this line. Get rid of reflex. I want to draw. Draw 3 if you don't mind. I really need to make him go foolish, foolish right now. Have I used all of my piercing whales at this point? I think I have. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So now I'm actually in a pickle. I need to make him rethink his choices in life. Need to get him down to half. That'll be tricky. Die just gets me there. Wow. Whew. Alright, now he's going to go foolish, foolish, and then we set up with a malaise. And that malaise is going to ruin Slug's day. Witness my resolve. Wait. Crap, you need to get him below that, then. Well, damn diddly damn. I didn't know that. Guess I know it now. We just eating all of this damage, then? Yeah, strictly below. So it's not the same as Slime, who splits at half or below. This guy, you must get him to below. Jeez, okay, well, good thing I've got Pantograph. If I shuffle with Sundial, I can get something. Oh, but Neutralize will weaken him. That'll actually help me out significantly here. Still keeping you, though. Bonk. Hey, I'm in the meat zone. Actually, that was perfect. I actually kind of knew what I was doing. Great. You just do what you want to do there, Time Slug, and I'll do what I want to do. Foolish? Oh no, I feel like such a fool. He's hitting me with 10 by 3. That cannot be legal. But what if... yeah, buy Time Slug. Actually, I want my rebate, if you don't mind. No, that does nothing. Buy Time Slug. Thwomp. Minus 13 strength and weakened for 15 turns. Thank you, good night, and much love. I have tools to trade down, right? Sneaky strike. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Can Nightmare do anything really funny? Can Nightmare slime? That would be kind of funny. No, I think we just kill the guy. Kill him to death. Can't think of anything worth nightmaring or even worrying about at this point. Actually, when he does his big, chunky attack, that could hurt if I have no block cards, so I should probably always make sure that I hold on to a block card. Poor Master Stab costs there, that's not road legal. Yeah, just always hold on to something like backflip and we'll be okay. Delectable 13 blocks should cover whenever he does his actual Big Bang attack. And I've not been shivving this guy enough. You tend to think, ooh, do not shiv him, but... when your shivs do decent damage, it's not a big deal. That is to shiv spam on Time Eater. Long fight though, 14 turns in. That said, if I was ever going to deal with Time Eater, I'm glad we got him dealt with first. Sundial's on 1. Trying to think how I would rather have my sundial in this fight. Let's actually get through some of this nonsense. Don't want to be playing around with these crappy cards. Nightmare? I don't want any of this stuff nightmared? I don't think so. Better options, please. And now I just need to shank him to death and all should be well. All should be well. Except sometimes you just don't get those options, huh? Whack. I'm dragging this out way too much. Just kill the thing. Oh, well, he's dead already. Yeah, both the Malazes were gone. I wanted one on both of his forms. There we go. Sundial's on 2, where it should be, and Time Eater is on dead, where he should be. Meat value and panty value. Back to full health, where I should be. For my least favorite of the Act 3 bosses, it's the Awakened one. I don't like this guy. Fortunately, I don't play a lot of powers, and the powers that I do play are worth playing for this fight. But I'm still not happy dealing with this guy. I'd rather have Donu Deka. Right, how do we start this then? We start by wishing I could discard something for sneaky strike value. Sadly, we don't have that option. I guess I just obliterate your little friends. We could double Malaise the Awaken one again, because he also has 2 forms, just like Slime Boss. Time Eater. I see him as a slimy customer. Alright, so you're perfectly dead. I want that footwork down, but I think I'd rather have footwork plus down. Apotheosis just chilling out in the middle of my deck. As it loves to. Why do I have 5 energy? Oh, right, the Gremlin Horn. Let's just have a lot less to do with you. Caw-caw! Yeah, I'd rather have footwork plus down if you don't mind. How can we get there? Would I rather have both of them down? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'd love to get my Predator down, but I'd also love to avoid damage. Make my Master Strike better. Evening, Jake and chat. Glad to have something to play in the background when playing a few tables of Mahjong, says Ninja. You ever consider playing for money? Doesn't seem your kind of thing, but it's certainly my kind of thing. Piercing Whale. I want Piercing Whale for next turn, so I'd actually rather not draw into it. He's going to do his multi-attack next turn. So not drawing means doing very little this turn. That is unfortunate. Sizable malaise. Sizable malaise. I'm okay with that. Yeah, there we go. 6x4 doesn't sound very good, but what if it was nothing by nothing? Oh, not quite, but Orichalcum will pick up the rest. I need that Apotheosis, so now digging towards that's a pretty big deal. I can draw 2, I can draw 3, at least I can get to Tools of the Trade. Tools of the Trade is good. Especially when it gets played. Yeah, it makes him angry, but what doesn't make him angry? Right, Apo. Apo is finally here. I think I could get away without accuracy in this one. I don't want him even angrier. On the other hand, a big malaise would destroy him. And accuracy is nice to make these blade dances do a whole lot more for me. Okay, I will actually do this, but with the fairy I should be a lot more confident in what I do, actually. Nightmaring that adrenaline would be swell. Real swell. A little outside of what we can do, though. What if we had a lot more blade dances? Like a whole lot more blade dances. Would certainly deal with the damage question of this fight. Yeah. Let's do that. Piercing Will coming at yet another fantastic moment. And extra energy also coming at a fantastic moment. Please stop trying to hurt me. Truly, truly stop trying to hurt me. Shiv, 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 shiv. Shiv, 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 shiv. Shiv, 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 shiv. Shiv, 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 shiv. I want more of those shivs, please. If only I had the energy for it. Scotsman's dream? I can't believe the passive racism we have to deal with, Dark Young. It's just not ethical. I love getting all this extra block for practically nothing. But what if he can't really hurt me at all anyway? Right, I have to think about this one, because next turn's going to be pretty ugly. I want that malaise. Due to extra draw, I will get that malaise, so I want to save all my energy for next turn's big chunky malaise. Yeah, that sounds good. So he absolutely chimps out. And this malaise will drop his attack by 6, making it 0. We could do better if we held on to it and got more energy, but maybe I should just do it now. There's also the idea of simply killing him, but I'm not sure I'm capable of that right now. There is also the idea of just block for a change. And I do have dash and yeah, blocking is actually more useful than the malaise stuff. I can also hold on to malaise for when he does his multi-attack, so let's actually block instead. A downright clever thing to do. I said block. Blur is block. There we go, that is considerably better than whatever else I was thinking about. Love my blade dance, though. In that case, I'll get well-laid plans down so I can hold on to things. Especially that malaise. Just kill him. That 303 is still a lot of damage to do. Just out of nowhere. Not sure if you're aware of that, but I am. Sorry, Alchemize, it's not your time to shine. It's Blade Dance's time to shine. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sundial's on 1. Okay, what's in the mystery box? Draw 2, discard 2? Well, I don't want unload or alchemize anyway, so just get out of here. Definitely hold on to these. And if he does his big multi-attack, which he naturally does, then... Oh, he's already weakened and he still does that much. That's kind of terrifying. However, only if you're easily terrified. I don't feel easily terrified right now. In fact, I feel in complete control of the situation. Looks like a piercing whale. Blah! Yeah, piercing whale usually feels really good. It's fine. Couldn't we have screamed at him last turn to remove 6 strength permanently? You can only do that if he's about to transform and chimp out. Because then he'll get rid of the shackling effect, but you can't put him into negative strength that way. All you can do is reset strength that he already has. Is that finisher with Blade Dances, I see? I think it is. Okay, Awaken 1. It's time for you to die. Die, Awakened 1, die. It is not German. I can't even fit all my shivs in my deck here, but we'll do our best. Shiv. Shiv. Shit. Whatever. Sundial on 2. It's the only thing to set up. Alright, Heart. I know you are incredibly afraid. I am too. Have I been here before? With the Silent? Actually, on the last run. Okay, so those were 2 encounters you really don't want to deal with Silent, but we dealt with them both. Donu Deka would have been completely free. They have relatively low health pools, they don't have a second form, and we have Corpse Explosion to deal with them. So the game knew that and threw us the harder configuration. Can't Smith, can't lift because we've maxed out Guria, can't Smith because we have Fusion Hammer. Sleeping is useless, but it's the only thing we can do. If only we had Coffee Dripper as well. Right, we have a lot of money, 20% discount thanks to the courier, and anything we buy gets restocked. So think hard about what we want here. Happy Flower is very good because we never get it on a bad turn. We can always preserve it with ice cream. Mango is pretty good. It's just bang, 14 max health plus 30% of that with the fairy, plus the Centropotic Brew is surely full of fairies as well. The cards look quite awful. Well, setup isn't too shabby. You could set up something to be 0 cost and Nightmare it, or you could set up Nightmare to be free. It has utility. Nightmare is almost certainly going to be used on footwork so that we can block the heart like nobody's business. Strange Spoon has some interesting interactions. It can work against us by not getting rid of Shivs, or not getting rid of Apotheosis, but it could keep Nightmare, could keep those Piercing Whales. Overall, I think there's too much bad than good there. Sunflower is really rather tempting. Panacea for Artifact. If I ever got that at the start, we would maintain the mutagenic strength boost. Not sure that's a good enough reason for it, though. Every day you pronounce Entropic Brew a little bit worse. I know it's Entropic, but I think of it as the Entropotic Pot, so I think Entropot. There is some logic there, it's just not very good logic. Don't think my deck is screaming to have anything removed except for unload, and I'm not sure it's worth the 80 to unload it, but I could certainly do remove plus Happy Flower, that's 210, bring me down to 149. I really don't want any of these cards. The problem is with Courier, there could be something under... Oh, right, there's something under these relics as well. Right, well, I definitely want Happy Flower. Oh, Centennial. Card draw. That's very good. The problem is, whatever's under this I won't be able to afford, so if I buy this I'm just going to feel sad, but I'm okay with a bit of sadness. Yeah, Anchor, that's okay. Anchor is only 4 block, because we already get 6 block with whatchamacallit. Does Beat of Death affect Master Stab? I forget. Yeah, I think it does every time you lose hit points, not just from attacks. No potions could be better than the potions we have right now. Surely. Because the Entropot can contain more Entropots. Do I want Panacea? That's the only question. Artifacting to block. Mutagenic Strength. Artifact to block. Basically, if I don't get it turn 1 against the heart, it's useless. Unless this contains a power pot that contains Wraith form, but that's... yeah, Panacea is too niche. In that case, I should almost certainly remove a card. Riddle with Holes with Strength. It's decent damage. Had not considered that, but yes. It is 7 damage 5 times for 2 energy. 10 damage 5 times on turn 1. Yeah, Riddle Holes turn 1, it would destroy Shield Spirit. No, they don't become vulnerable because they have Artifact to block Bag of Marbles. It would considerably be damaged, but not enough, I think. I think on a deck of 40 cards, Riddle with Holes is unwelcome bloat. But you know what? I take it, because I never normally take it. Choke, huh? No, I don't like choke. Alright, let us move on. Yeah, you're right, Akabeko's another +8. Maybe we'll get it. No, we do not. That would be too much to ask for. Well, that said, we got backflip into all of our rare cards here, but Riddle with Holes is just that bit too far away. Right, well, the shield is being very, very rude and attacking on turn 1. I didn't say he could do that, but here he is. I have a significant amount of damage here on turn 1, though. I mean, killing the shield is not out of the question. And if I could get to Piercing Wail for next turn, which looks possible, actually, then I could Piercing Wail out of this nastiness. So the question is, could I kill the shield right now? Should I focus on killing the spear right now? Gotta remember, Akabeko is inflating these numbers. These are only 11 damage. Still quite a bit, though, huh? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90... It's not quite enough, though. 100. I draw melees and melees. They're not X+1, so they don't destroy the artifact so well. I think I'm just a little shy on doing anything I want to do. How deep is Corpse Explosion? Not deep at all. The damage is a little light to tear through Spire Spear by then. I do have Pantograph, so healing... Taking 25 damage here is no big deal. Plus I have a lot of healing and potions and a fairy. The question is, do I focus the shield or do I focus the spear? And it's not an easy question to answer. Next turn is going to be really quite rough. It's going to be Burn, Burn, Nightmare, Dash, Sneaky Strike. That's really, really bad. Ooh, really, really bad. I might die next turn, actually. That's what the fairy is for, of course, but it's still quite bad. Nightmare that burn. Oh well, I think we just have to tank a butt ton of damage here. We'll focus the spear. Which means I want his artifact removed handily. It's kind of a shame that I didn't save up a malaise for next turn, actually. I should have saved 1 energy to double malaise him so that next turn he'd be weakened. But I didn't do that. Oh well. Did I play the other one for the hell of it? Just to get it out of my face? I think that achieves nothing. Oh, I forgot about Centennial Draw! I even bought the bleeding thing, but it wasn't on my bar here, so I wasn't paying attention. Yes, we get the extra draw here. That makes life better. A lot better. Witness my resolve. You're close, Riddle with Holes. You're close, but you're not close enough. Funny. Okay, wow, this turn went from horrible to absolutely fantastic, just like that. Now, how do we kill the Spire Spear? By dealing damage. As soon as that Spire Spear dies, so too does the shield. However, if I kill it while the shield has its 99 block, that won't go down the way I want it to. Do I want better options than this? I could actually deep breath and get some of this stuff back, but that includes the burns. I'm relatively okay with that. Maybe less okay with that. It's a big chunky malaise, though. Are we sure we can't just kill? I need to do 75 damage here. And 7 times 5 is not 75. Much as a man would like to dream. Almost need to turn around here. Malaise lets me turn around and weaken, but suddenly you're going to be doing 15 and 15 to me, which is very not welcome. Just wish I could kill you. Well, isn't that always the case? I don't want to eat my Entropot for no good reason. And this only does 5 damage. I'll hold on to that Riddle with Holes. But I will have to malaise you so I can turn around and take less damage. Ow, ow, ow. Blade Dance is there, so keep the accuracy. Alright, we win the fight now. Kind of. Corpse Explosion won't break through that, actually. Just barely, but it won't. What a shame. What a gosh darn shame. And Happy Flower isn't here to make my day happy either. Let's look at this, because it'll be funny. Wait, that didn't kill you. Crumbs. I'll see to that, then. Boom! Didn't actually take him out. I am greatly amused. I got nothing free that's going to take you out here, sadly. You and your bleeding blocking. Finisher. Get him. Alright, Black Star comes in at the final moment to give me a huge gift from above. The Paper Crane. Enemies that are weak deal a ton less damage. Now, that's not a big deal because Neutralize is the only weakness card that we got normally, except I made the Gigabrain decision to pick up Blind, so we should be pretty good on weakening the heart. Horned Cleat for good amount of turn 2 block, and none of this, please. Oh, well, more weakness application. That is worth considering. That is very much worth considering. A weak heart is a lot less of a heart that I have to care about. Yeah, Malaise is also weakened, but I'm not sure I have it in me to do a big dunk on a Malaise because the heart purges negative strength every 3 turns. Tempting, really tempting. But neutralize and blind will each be 2 weaken. I think we'll be fine with those 2 alone. Okay, Heart, let's do it. I am pretty well set up for you. Near max health, a fairy, an entrepot. Big chunky load of cards on turn 1, but not a lot of setup. Apotheosis has sunk very far down in the deck. That is sad. But you don't need me to tell you that. I can draw 3 immediately by... Oh god, there's Nightmare Footwork. I could Nightmare Footwork immediately. Except I don't have space in my hand for all of it. Riddle the Akabeko Dream. That is an insultingly large amount of damage on turn 1 for the Heart. Should we do it just because it's funny? It does prevent my Nightmare Footwork shenanigans, so as funny as that is, I think I have to pass by on it. Do it for the vine. Gotta set it up. Yeah, I need Nightmare Footwork down to make this a fight that's gonna go well for me, I think. Everything I do for the funny. Yeah, because I riddle with holes. I draw 1 with Centennial due to the counterattack, then I draw Expertise. Then I would probably play a Shiv and then backflip, and then I'd have Nightmare Footwork. But the problem is I can't play them both because I'd be on... Wait a second! Do I have a way around this? Damn, the blocking situation is too good. I don't have to play the Footwork though, I just need to play the Nightmare. But even if I do riddle with holes, that will be insufficient. It's a shame because that's such nice damage. What if I do Nightmare Footwork next turn? Then he destroys me with his attack, which I'm not very happy about. How do I even get out of that attack? Maybe I don't need to Nightmare Footwork. I would like to, though. I'd very much like to. Otherwise, blocking in this fight is going to be very, very difficult. Tools of the trade to draw 1, discard 1. This turn 1's pretty bad for a lot of reasons. Isn't Riddle just... Yeah, it's quite a lot of extra damage because the Heart is also vulnerable. It's +8 from Akabeko and then multiplied by quite a bit due to the Heart being open to tons of damage. I think Nightmare Footwork is too much of a hill that I'm trying to die on. Let's not die on it. But let's do a ton of damage because it feels good. I do want 1 Footwork down though, that much is for sure. So I probably want Tools, Footwork, and then probably work my way through the shivs and that. Maybe Masterful Stab whilst it's still free. It won't be free much longer. 2 free cards now. Give you Nightmare Footwork though. Yes, but I don't have the energy to play them. Nor do I have a way of gaining energy right now. So now I'll just play you, and I'm okay taking a bit of damage here if it means I can actually lay it on the Heart. Get rid of the shivs, because I don't want them clogging me up later on. Get tools down. This is okay. Not great, but it's okay. Nice, 67. I'm okay dying to that a little bit. That's what the Heart is there for. But there's my weaken. Paper Crane weaken, thank goodness. Is this a calc gamble moment? Really need to get down to Apotheosis on the double, but it's so far down. Wait, Deep Breath will reshuffle my my deck of cards, right? I think it's a full reshuffle. And on top of that, that aids the sundial things. But I really, really want neutralize. If I calc gamble, I draw these 4 cards. Adrenaline gets me a bit further down. Backflip gets me even further down. I think I should do that instead of doing deep breath, because at least then I survive this for sure. If I survive her first, that's even worse though. Let's just calculate that gamble. Must neutralize you because this is just silly. Donk, thank you please. Well-laid plans is good, but well-laid plans plus is better. Let's just work our way down the deck. Deck situation is currently unbelievably smelly. I'm going to want this for next turn, so let's just do it. Donk. Hey, I'm in the meat zone. And I'm in the take no damage zone. That's also a good zone to be in. Racing down to Apotheosis as fast as I can. I don't even care about taking damage along the way. Dunk the flex. Keep those piercing wills for later. Those piercing wills indeed gotta stay for later. I might want that alchemized down the line. Alright, we get Apotheosis next turn, which is going to have to do. And we get to blur two whole block. Good enough. Corpse Explosion is good for stripping Artifact, but that time is not right now. Apo, get down. Accuracy, absolutely. Maintain that weaken. And I don't want to see die again. And Prepare lets me draw and discard, meaning I discard Ascender's Bane? Absolutely not. Whew. Current position can't be much worse if you deep breath. No, I needed the weaken to be able to survive that. Well, I wanted the weaken. Hey, there's my footwork. But I don't have well-laid plans. It's not a footwork I can nightmare. Do I have any good nightmare targets then? Arguably Malaise. It's not a bad argument. I would even say Blur is a good nightmare target. Sorry, neutralize. It ain't time. Riddle with Holes is back, saying, pick me, pick me. God, I wish I had well-laid plans. There's both... those 2 piercing whales, and the next one that would be really great for next turn just ain't here. And well-laid plans is quite far down. So do I draw down in the hopes that I can get to here next turn? I don't think that's going to happen. Although... it is not impossible. Yeah, just have some belief. Because who would believe? Not doing a lot of damage here. That fact is not lost on me right now. Dun 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 dun. Malaise. Malaise strips that artifact in one shot. Yeah, it is not lost on me that I'm doing very little in this fight. Did it all on turn 1 and then a whole lot of not much since. Reflex will be gotten rid of, draw quite a bit further, but I need to draw 2 more. Predator draws 2 more. That's very, very funny. But then I think that actually gets in the way of Reflex's additional draw. Needs to be done, though. Yeah, I do. I always remember I did it for the lulz. I'm okay with that. Donk. Alright, here we go. Get rid of reflex, draw 3, and that gets me right into Piercing Wail. However, he has artifact, so don't play Piercing Wail until you strip that artifact. That's what Corpse Explosion is there for. Corpse Piercing Wail is 3 of my energy. I just need a touch of block to go with it. Cloak and Dagger is block. Screech. Excellent. I don't have well-laid plans. Ah, crap. There's well-laid plans. Crumbs. And I don't have a single card that I can... Hold on. Sundial. No! Sundial not quite being there for me. What a crying shame. Do I deep breath anyway? Not particularly thrilled at that idea. Depends how good I think this draw is, and I'm thinking not very. Yeah, crumbs. Not having well-laid plans is really being a stickler on this. Do I malaise anyway, or do I save this for later? It's kind of like a discount Piercing Wail. The weakness wouldn't really affect anything here, so no. Almost wish I'd taken a Caltrops an Aeon ago. Alright, at least Reflex is coming in something of a clutch. About 13 cost Master Stab. Oh, it's good times. Alright, rebate time. Let's actually do little tickles of damage, please. And remember that well-laid plans is in the discard pile, so we've really got to chug our way through the cards once again to get there. Want to save my energy, but at the same time, I don't know about that. I've got good draw next turn. Maybe I should save energy for doing considerably better things. Having weakness on you is a big deal, but go figure neutralize is a bit far down. But I think I can get to neutralize and weaken you for next turn. I'm okay with that, but I do still need to do damage, so donk, and let's go. Yeah, the Frozen Eye is helping immensely here, no doubt about that. Not Piercing Wail's time to shine just yet, but I don't think it's Nightmares either. What was the card I was thinking, hey, maybe I might even Nightmare that thing? At this point, a Blade Dance. Good Blade Dance and Finisher would go a long way on all of this. We'll see Piercing Wail again, I'm sure. Get out of here. No to wound, and... yeah, I don't think it's Nightmare's time to shine. Corpse Explosion will actually do damage, so I'm not opposed to playing that. That's my weaken, thank you kindly. It's no big deal if I die to this big attack. I am very much not concerned about that. Let's draw a bunch of cards. Piercing Wail again, and still no well-laid plans. My lack of well-laid plans is hurting me severely. He's already weakened, of course. Might be able to block a decent chunk of this, actually. Unless I want to take another deep breath. Good heavens. Yeah, I'm in dire need of this block right about now, please. That's much better. Good, actual damage. Take a risk. I think I'm dying here, but that is okay. We were born to die. The malaise is looking very tempting as well, though. Yeah, the relic extension, I don't think I have set up on my laptop, JUN. I want that Piercing Wail next turn. Of course, it's in my hand right now, and I still don't have well-laid plans down. How does this keep happening? I want my well-laid plan. Maybe I should draw extra next turn. Might go a very long way, considering I'm going to die anyway right now. And I do have another piercing will, making the extra draw all that much better. 24 damage versus a lot more than 24 damage, but the extra draw is too valuable. Donk. Alright, stop trying to kill me and kill me. I don't think I even want to use that malaise, but I'm getting sick and tired of seeing them and not having any use for them, so let's just throw it away. Donk. What have we been sitting on in this entrepot this whole game? I know you're all dying to know. 5 hit points, a skill potion, a blessing of the forge. Do I have anything that would actually affect? Yes, shivs. Interesting. However, here's alchemize with something that's going to be surely better. So here's my proposition. Gain some block. See what's inside the skill pot. Catalyst. If only I had anything to double. Wait, burst. What can I burst here? Funnily enough, I could up the burst to burst the next 2 skills I do. I could burst alchemize. Amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely bursting that alchemize. But hold the phone, I would like to have some shivs to burst while I'm at it, if you don't mind. Gotta be careful here, I'm a little low on energy, and I need to do piercing will things. Piercing will is actually all I need to get down right now. So I don't mind just doing this. Might as well keep you unable to hurt me forever. I've wanted this well-laid plans down forever. Yeah, this isn't so good. Give me burst alchemize, please. Ooh, strength. Yeah, don't mind giving me strength, and don't mind poisoning you. Lovely healing. Alright, good use. Good use all around. And I can hold on to 2 cards. Given where I'm going... There's always discard, so Sneaky Strike always gets stuff. But block is good. Draw is also good. But we have draw. This thing needs to die. It's getting dangerously powerful. It's about to do wounds on me every time it hurts me, so we really need to do something about that fast. And that's not what we're doing. We're not doing fast. Ugh, I do not like unload. Hey, Nightmaring Blade Dance for next turn. Suddenly feeling a lot better with all this strength. If only I had some block to go with it. Let's see, the shivs currently get boosted by 12, so every shiv is actually 16 damage. So 1 Blade Dance is quite a lot of damage on the Corrupt Heart. Might be worth Nightmaring the Blade Dance and just going ham on killing him. However, that means it has to be done... It has to die next turn, essentially, meaning I have a ton of damage I have to do. So how much damage is this? That's 12 times 16 things coming out, 160. That should be enough to do quite a bit of damage next turn. So I think I will Nightmare the Blade Dance and do everything else to do damage this turn. To hell with everything else. Rebate. Blade Dance. Shiv. Shiv. Do I even want these right now? If only I had Finisher at the ready. These are no use to me next turn, so bring him in just to get that shiv damage going. Wait a second, this has backfired tremendously because he's not down. Neutralize won't seal the deal either. But it will help a little bit, I guess. It might. If only Riddle with boots would help me out here. Just a little shy. This could be it. Oh boy, 60. 60? Not sure I agreed to 60 incoming damage. Especially since I can't kill you right now. And that's 60 when you're weakened. Oh, but piercing wail. How about freaking no? Alright, enter the meat zone. How do I kill you next turn? I'm out of options here, but that's fine. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't often see turn 12 on the heart, but don't worry, there won't be another one. You might think reflex to draw more cards, but I need the card space for my shivs. So, goodbye corpse explosion. And hello death for you. How about less death for me as well? Yeah, I think we've got it. Shiv, 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 shiv. Riddle with shivs. Whew. Feels good. Feels great. Chug that meat, Silent. You earned it. Have you eaten at Jollibee yet? I have indeed been to Jollibee. It was okay. The chicken was a bit better than you'd get out of, say, KFC. Not sure I'm sold on this Filipino rice noodles with weird orange thick gravy on it with little bits of meat, but maybe it's an acquired taste. And I've not tried their banana ketchup yet. Whew! Good heavens, what made that run work? This choice right here. Taking the Black Star going into Act 2 when we were not particularly sure we could take on Act 2 elites rocketed us up. It got us so many relics. And they pretty much all had their place. Were there any truly useless relics? The Prayer Wheel did literally nothing. The Eternal Feather did nothing. The healing that we got out of this, we also got out of Pantograph, so that did nothing. But, yeah, Akabeko, great. Bag of Preparation, phenomenal. What else did we... I think I bought the Bag of Preparation, actually. Ice Cream, Courier, Guria. Yeah, all the 7 extra relics we got out of Black Star made that run what it was. The deck was kind of bad. Way too fat, way too uneven. It really speaks to why the Silent is really good at doing her specialized things. Boosting up Shiv output, doing poison things, doing discard things. But this was just a raw physical damage Silent. And it worked. Had to work for it, but it certainly worked. The whole reason we went Black Star, of course, is because we had the potion power to go into Act 2, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Very long run. Had to think about a lot of my plays there. But thank you, Zanzibar Palm. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you and your namely contribution to this run. This actually went a little overtime. I was planning on doing another different game after this, but it's already 10:30 in the evening, and I would like to get myself to bed. Yes, I'm here in the far future now, no longer in CEST. See how long that remains the case. You are welcome, Jake. Oh, well, I'm very glad. Discard is going to be even better in Slay the Spire 2 with that Sly mechanic. Yeah, in my opinion, the Silent did need some kind of boosting that wasn't just poison. Poison is powerful, sure, but if you don't get poison cards, you're just screwed, aren't you? It was a great run. Well played. It was well played. I'm very happy with that one, but I'll be very happy to get to bed as well. So, cheers for joining for this Slay the Spire. I'll be back with more streams when I find the time, because I'm spending my time exploring the Philippines and figuring out if I want to live here. The signs point to it'd be pretty good. I can handle the heat. Yeah, I become saturated with sweat if I have to go out in the raw sunshine, but They've got air conditioning everywhere. They've got big American-style malls that are nice and chill to hang out in, but it won't be in Manila. This sprawling megalopolis of 10 million people is just a bit too crazy, loud, polluted, choked up for me. So let's see if I can find some peace and quiet out in the provinces. But that's my problem to figure out. I'll be going there on Sunday, and if the internet holds out, we'll do some streaming from up in Baguio and wherever else I find up there. But oh, and if you are actually from the Philippines or live in the Philippines or have experience here, I'm all ears for places to check out or general advice for the place. Can't get enough of it. But anyway, until I am back with more, it is a cheers and a cheerio.